Okay, we've got a service call from one of my neighbors here. It's in the back of our neighborhood here, and I have not been to this particular house. So I don't know what's here other than he says he has one of his gas furnaces that's not working correctly. So we're going to carry these 3 items we always do our initial diagnostics with. We're going to see what we can find out. Okay, a couple of Ream units and a Lennox unit. A little old step down area here for the crawl space. And plenty of paint. Let's get in here and see what the furnace is looking like. All right. He said his thermostat is on. And the draft motor was running. And it just cut off. And let's see, we got Ream AC. Screws are kind of loose. Got an upside down sticker there. Oh Lord. Smart valve. There must be another furnace back there, I hear. I hate a smart valve. Six flashes. All right, there was 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, and there was 2, so it looks like we got a 6 and a 2 flash going on here. Okay, 2 flashes, pressure switch stuck closed. 6 flashes, soft lock out. Maximum amount of trials for ignition reached. 6 plus 2 flashes. Soft lock out, flame sense lost during run cycle. Pressure switch or block condensate. Okay. Well, this has one of these things that's bad to clog up sometimes. Good grief. Got this thing in here, and you know, I just don't think this is necessary when you have this water separator here. At least I don't believe it. So this shouldn't be glued. But some brain surgeon glued that in. Now, the ICP trap was not glued. But this is actually glued in. So you're gonna have to cut it to get into it. Well, that was brilliant. Okay. So let's see if we see any signs of I see an issue right here. what that crap is. But I guarantee you that is definitely a problem. Whether it is the problem or not. It's not good. I don't know how we get all that in there. And somebody's had to cap off of the gas pressure regulator on the valve. So I'd say we're gonna need to take all this off, flush it out. Probably not gonna be bad up here. This down here is definitely not looking good. So let's clean all that out. Okay. I've cleaned all this out and just blew all this out. These are okay. I don't know why that's even connected from up here to that collector box. I don't know what good that does. But these are clear. This is clear now, and I'm just gonna see if it'll fire up. And the pressure switch, you know, blew and drew back and forth on it and rattled it around a little bit. It looks, this thing has been up a bit. I don't know if that's the right one or somebody's had to fool with it before or what. Let's see what happens here. Pilot. Not getting a main. There it comes. Oh Lord. I can just tell by looking they got this gas pressure way off somehow. You don't see a regulator. Whoever's been fiddling with it definitely got it low. A lot of bubbling and gurgling and boiling. And I know that sounds crazy to just take a look and listen to the burner lighting up and saying, you know, this gas pressure is way low. But I can just tell. Now, by no means do I think I can stick a screwdriver in here and listen to it and set it correctly, but I can definitely tell when it's way off. I don't think the camera's picking up the noise I'm hearing. Definitely making some noise. Let's go get our manometer. Definitely getting noise from the inducer. It just does not sound good. Looks like a Tempstar. I don't want to open. There we go. ...2004 ICP Tempstar unit. So these motors aren't as cheap as some. It's not as bad as some of the other carrier line stuff is, but it's gonna need that. We're gonna stick our manometer on it before we leave here just to set these pressures correctly. And it's gonna really need some work before we're gonna leave it and say, okay, we think you're good, for now anyway. So I'm gonna put an estimate together of the things I think need to be done and offer that to the customer. Now, if it needed the valve and this, I tell you what, I would pretty much be, in my opinion, it would be to condemn the furnace. But a lot of people think if the heat exchanger's good, you fix it no matter what, and I don't share that opinion. This is a stupid price valve. That thing be 350 bucks or close to it. Not sure exactly what this will be, but it won't be cheap. And then we got some time and labor in the service here. When we start adding up, I'm just not one that believes we spend a fourth or a third of the cost of a new furnace installed with warranty on something that has no warranty. But it looks like we're probably burning okay, and we might could just let this thing run until the inducer quit. And it's just making some whining noise. I've heard them worse, but really shouldn't be quite that bad. So I'm gonna give my opinion and offer some options. But first, let's set these gas pressures so that we can at least leave it for the day, whether, regardless of how they decide to move forward. I do want to at least do that. Starting to get a little curious about that. It's the way it first fired up. It's just so low. Okay. Another thing I decided to do was just real quick pull these air horns out. I call them air horns. They are actually in-shot burners. And just see if they're sharing the flame really well to light smoothly. And while there's a little bit of something in them, they're really not bad. I'm not even going to climb out and go get a brush and blow them out with nitrogen or any of that. They're just really not bad. I just decided to take a quick look. And if I would have had my Milwaukee camera with me, I might have looked up in those a little better with it, but I've got it somewhere being used and not in my possession at the moment. All right, we got the manometer in here. We've got number 1 hooked to the incoming, number 2 hooked to the manifold side. And as you can see, our incoming gas pressure is, a hair low in my opinion. And it is not a 2-pound system. There are no regulators. So let's fire it up and see what it does to it with it burning. good bit low, but it's way low. That is way down there. So we're gonna adjust that while it's running right here. See if we can make it look a little better. Well, the flame sounds better already. Keep dropping out of the slide. I wonder what else is burning in the house. Close. We are fluctuating around big time. I got this fitting right here a little bit loose. Aggravating to get in there. The flames certainly look a lot better and sound a lot more normal. Aggravating to get in. Need a long, deep well socket to really get that in there tight. Okay. We're gonna leave this thing now. We're not gonna put any more money in it than we have to, so I'm not gonna buy this motor just yet. 16-year-old furnace. Not a bad furnace, but I just don't think we ought to give it any more money than we have to. And I have looked and looked and looked all through this thing and all under it, and I can't find that. There's a little insert like that that goes right here, and I thought maybe it was stuck on the back of the screw, but it is apparently gone. I mean, I've looked and looked all over the place under here and can't find it, so I hope it doesn't rattle. But anyway, we're gonna put the door back on it and talk to the customer one more time and go ahead and hit the road. I just always got it in my mind that the door mashes things onto the end of that, but probably really doesn't. All right, so let's get out of here. Alright, I hate that I don't have one of those little inserts and nothing I can do. I'm going to tell you, for the new guys and the new techs in the field, and any of us really should have some are the same principles, and the little things really mean a lot. Like putting every screw back in the cabinet really should be a pet peeve of any heating and air guy. It really should. Now that's just my opinion, but I mean, I don't think this is gonna rattle and nothing's gonna happen, but you just never know who comes behind you, who sees what, and whoever the last one that was here gets the blame for that. And I mean, I have looked and looked under, around, in, everywhere I could, and I just can't find that little insert. And I sure would like to have it. I dug and dug, and you know, a handful of minutes is about all that's worth putting time into. But I sure gave it a couple of efforts. So I believe we're okay. I like the little sight glass. All right, let's go to the next one. Thanks for watching.